Welcome to Mitten Kitchen. I'm Amy, and today we are making homemade sourdough bagels. So last night we went ahead and made our dough. I take some sourdough starter that's ready to go. Dump that in. You can see here that I have a scale. That is how I make sure that all of my bread making is measured appropriately. Also adding in some water here. Next up, we have some honey that will sweeten the bagels just very so slightly. All the measurements are fairly easy to follow. I gotta add in some of that salt that will keep it nice and fresh and have a really salty flavor. Go ahead and give that a mix, all of those ingredients. Make sure they're well incorporated before adding in the Einkorn flour. Now this is the Einkorn flour that I use. It's a really great ancient grain. Jovial is the brand that I buy. I highly recommend it. We're gonna go ahead and knead that in the KitchenAid for about 6 minutes. You can see here that the dough is coming together really nicely. And then I always love this part of the video. It's so springy that the KitchenAid sprung right back. So really easy to make this dough, and look how nice that color and that glossiness came together at the end with the kneading process. So super easy to make ahead of time, cover it up for the night, and then get baking in the morning. Okay, so last night we went ahead and made our bagel dough. I'm so excited. Look at how this rose overnight. It looks so good. It smells like bagels. I'm so excited to get started on this. Okay, so I am getting some water boiling. And it calls for some sugar. I usually use baking soda, so I'm gonna do baking soda. We're gonna add a little bit of baking soda to our water. So with our dough, we're gonna go ahead and start getting these in bagel shapes. Get our dough out. Looks delicious. I think I'm gonna put this on a sheet pan with parchment paper. I have just one of those silicone mats. It doesn't appear to be too sticky, so I'm trying to not use so much flour for it because it's gonna be boiled. And then we'll just use our bowl scraper to get the rest out. Yeah, not sticky at all. I mean, obviously it's sticky a little bit because it's dough, but it's not like sticking to my hands like there's a problem. Okay, not bad. So let's go ahead and get this into our bagel shapes. I guess it is a little sticky. Maybe I should have used some flour. We're gonna go ahead and get this into some bagel shapes. So just pop a hole, and there's one. So once we're ready, we can pop that in. I'm just going to keep going. And they don't all have to be perfectly shaped and whatnot. Okay, it's much stickier than I led on to believe, so I'm going to get some flour because I don't want to ruin this dough. Just at least for my hands, you know. Again, here I go wearing clothes without an apron. I really need to get into that apron lifestyle. I think I just don't like aprons. They're not for me. So I need to figure out if there's a different type of apron or what. Well, this is much easier to work with. And there we go. Another one done. Just keep going on this. Kind of just folding it into each other. You see how I'm doing that? Fold it in, kind of pop a hole, and you got a bagel. And we'll just keep going. Okay, we're almost done forming the bagels, shaping them. So I figure I'd give it a little closer look. My water's still not boiling, but that's okay. Just shaping it like that. flour on there. Pop in the hole. Not too bad. Probably 2 more we can make out of this. Our oven is preheated, so it's ready for the bagels to bake once they're all boiled. So bagels boil first, and then they bake for that nice crispy outside. I always thought that was really interesting. I never had made bagels before, but I've really enjoyed making them with my starter. It's been a fun little addition. And there's our last one. So we have 15, 16, 17, 18, we have 19 bagels. So we have 19 bagels. We're gonna go ahead and wait for the water to boil and get these in the boiling water. So our water is boiling now. We're gonna go ahead and start getting these in the boiling water. They need to go in for 2 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and just pop them in. I can probably get 3 in at a time, it looks like. Maybe 4. Let's go ahead and try 4. I have some smaller ones. Okay, so we have 2 minutes. Okay, it's been 2 minutes, and look at how they floated to the top. So we're gonna go ahead, I have another pan over here. I'm gonna pop them on the pan, and we're gonna keep going. So look how much larger they've gotten too. So once they are all done, we will go ahead and get our toppings. You can leave these plain. You could do the bagel seasoning, which is what I will be doing. But that's what you do. We're gonna go ahead and get more in the boiling water. So I got a little one right here. Say see ya. Got another one over here. Just make those holes a little bigger. And we can do 4, so we'll get 4 in there. Okay, we'll see you in 2 minutes. Okay, these are ready. They're looking so good. It's so easy. Look at that one, that one's huge. It's so easy to make these. I find that making English muffins and bagels are so simple to make. And I also love, whoo, I had a floater. It was running away from me. We're definitely gonna need another pan. Okay, we're gonna keep going. I think one thing to note, even though you may think they're small on the pan, they expand in the water, so they're gonna get larger. So just kind of keep that in mind. I think I made a few of these a little too big, but you know what, they're gonna be delicious bagels. And we'll see them in 2 minutes. We're almost done. Looking super yummy. See, look how small those were and look at how much larger they are now. Just getting the last few. Like I said, super, super, super easy. Very hands-off too. Like this is, you know, a journey when it comes to sourdough, but I mean, look at how easy this was. This was no big deal. And that's it. So we just have 3 more to go in our boiling water. And then we can start getting our egg wash and our toppings on these bagels. Look how easy that was, that we just boiled all these bagels. How easy was that? We have a lot of bagels and that was like no time. It was so easy. So now we just need to go ahead and get our egg wash on these and our seasoning. Now I normally, in a really fun time, and I didn't even think about it when I decided to do this, I would love to put like a piece of Swiss cheese or something on these so they were like a cheesy flavor. But all I have today is everything but the bagel. So we're gonna crack our egg and go ahead and get that egg wash on the bagels. Crack our egg. Now I just have a, you know, sort of this thing, a brush, and we'll just brush the bagels. Something nice and light, doesn't need to be overly complicated, just something to give it a nice color in the oven. Now, I think I'm just gonna do everything but the bagel for all of them. I might leave some plain. I really wish I had the cheese because those are just so fun, but I did not prepare ahead of time. I like to go get like a block of cheese and then like kind of shave it myself, or have the counter really thinly slice them. So that's an idea for you, is to, if you like more of a cheesy bagel, then do that. If you're more of a savory, you could obviously dust this with cinnamon maybe. I don't like sweet items. I'm more of a savory person. So that is up to you. That's the nice thing about doing these homemade, is you get to do a variety of different toppings that you might never see at a grocery store. You'd probably see them at a bagel shop. And I love going to a bagel shop. They're such a treat. So why not make the bagel shop at home? So this is just the Trader Joe's everything but the bagel seasoning, and I'm gonna go ahead and give it a sprinkle on all of the bagels. Just a little bit. I don't have a lot of this, so, you know, if I had a lot, I'd probably dip them, but this is fine. And then we pop these in the oven. That is so simple to me. Like, I cannot believe it. That's it. That's all we had to do, was make all of these bagels, boil them, and we're gonna pop them in the oven for like 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, the bagels are done. The bagels are done. Look at that. Looks amazing. That's it. So once they're cooled, we can go ahead and slice them. This is how easy it is to slice these bagels. I let them cool down. I slice them up. That way when I grab them from the freezer, they're already sliced. You don't have to cut a frozen bagel. So these are a lot easier to pre-cut them before you put them in the freezer. So super easy. You cut them in half and you pop them right in your freezer bag for storage. So we made 19 bagels this morning. Sourdough einkorn flour bagels. They smell heavenly. They're all everything but the bagel. You can do any toppings you would like, but there we go. Super easy, not complicated, and they look delicious. So thanks for joining me in the kitchen today. I will see you next time in the Mitten kitchen. Bye everyone.